Welcome to Weight Loss and Wellness for Real, the podcast where people like you get the practical solutions and support you need to permanently lose the physical and mental weight so you can feel better and live the life you want in the body and mind you want. If you're looking to overcome your stress eating, overeating, binging behaviors, and move to a place of freedom with food and your body, you're in the right place. Just a reminder that this podcast represents my own opinions. The content here should not be taken as medical advice. The content here is for educational and informational purposes only. Please consult your doctor or healthcare professional for any individual medical questions you may have. Hello, friends, and welcome. I am glad you're here today and that we can share this space together. Before we get started, just a reminder that if you are looking to work with me one-on-one, I am currently taking new online weight loss coaching clients. I'm recording this episode in February of 2023. So if you've been thinking about finally wanting freedom with food, with your body, and getting to the weight you've always wanted to be at, and to learn how to maintain that goal weight for life, where it feels easy, you stop having all the food and body chatter so you can move on to living your life, head to my website at heatherheynen.com. And that is spelled, well, it's HeatherHeynen. So Heynen is spelled Heynen. So heatherheynen.com. And over there are tons and tons of details, lots and lots of details of all the plans I offer. The cost is right there up front. And also from there, you can get in touch with me if you still have questions or if you want to get started. All right, so moving on. I really wanted to do an episode on I deserve it eating because I have struggled with this one myself, and I have worked with so many clients who also struggle with this kind of overeating. So I know there are many of you out there listening who also struggle with this thought of I deserve it, and then the overeating ensues. So if you find yourself, and often this does happen at the end of the day, not always, but often it does. So if you find yourself overeating when you had planned to be on target today, or telling yourself, I'm not going to overeat today. I have a goal for some weight loss, so I'm sticking to it today. But for some crazy reason, almost like feels like it's not even you doing it, but you find yourself, standing in front of the pantry, or, eating the whole bag of chips in the evening, or eating the rest of that ice cream in the freezer. So when I'm working with clients who describe this behavior, we often uncover that the thought that manifests this overeating behavior is, I deserve this. I had a super hard day and I deserve a reward. And this sneaky little thought is often the very reason that we engage in overeating. So keep listening to find out how to know if your brain is thinking this thought, if you have this sneaky thought going on, and how to do the thought work needed to get out of this pattern or habit of behavior, and how to really end the I deserve it overeating once and for all. Just a quick interruption to talk about today's show sponsor, and that is the Amino Co. Amino Co. is a company that produces essential amino acid supplements, and I have been using their Life formulation for quite a while now. Supplementing with essential amino acids has been shown to help with appetite control, as well as helping to support muscle maintenance and recovery. We really can't produce all the amino acids we need for optimal health directly in our bodies. We need to get some of them. They're called essential amino acids through our food or supplementation. And if we don't get these essential amino acids in on a regular basis, our bodies lose the ability to create and maintain muscle mass as well as bone density. And so making sure you're getting all the amino acids your body needs becomes really, really important, especially as we age. All of Amino Co.'s formulations have been tested in clinical trials, which show they enhance physical function and muscle strength and support heart health. I personally like knowing that along with getting in my dietary protein amount, I am also supplementing with the essential amino acids I want daily for my long-term goals of strength, muscle maintenance, and just staying healthy as I age. Some quick protocols to try if you want to give their products a try would be, if you're someone trying to lose weight, you could take a scoop mixed with water in the morning and again in the afternoon, usually when you notice your energy slumping, to just really help boost your appetite control. If you're an endurance athlete, I know I have some of you out there listening, and you're doing longer than 1 hour of endurance work, you would take 5 to 10 grams per hour. So for example, when I do my really long bike rides, this is what I'm making sure I'm taking in every hour on that hour plus ride. If you're a huge worker outer, had a really, really tough physical day, a really, really big workout that day, then taking a scoop in water before bed has been shown to help with recovery. So since I felt the benefits of this product, I really want to share it with you. And because you are a listener of this podcast, you can try their products for 30% off. If you decide to give these a try, and because you could use some help with appetite control and or want to supplement for muscle maintenance and recovery, then use my referral link, which is aminoco.com/HH30. So that's AMINOCO.com/H30. Go to aminoco.com//HH30, choose your product or products and check out. Use the discount code HH30. Again, capital H30 for 30% off your entire order. So first of all, how do you know if you are thinking the thought or a similar thought like, but I deserve it, that creates the feelings of lack or emptiness or despair? And remember, our thoughts cultivate our feelings, and feelings come with those chemical cocktails of sensations in our bodies, both of which motivate our behaviors. Our feelings and those sensations motivate our behaviors. They cause us to act. So how we're going to act out. So when we are thinking the thought, I deserve it. And by the way, we're talking about food here, or you could sub alcohol here, or shopping, any behavior that we really don't want to be engaging in due to a goal we have, but we find we are engaging in the behavior anyway. So we're not talking about, I deserve to be treated well. We're talking about the sneaky thought of, I deserve to do the thing I told myself this morning I wouldn't do. So to find out if this thought might be going on for you, I want you to really pay attention to right before you're going to head to the pantry or fridge when you're not hungry. Maybe tape a little note with a smiley face on it, or put a sticker on the pantry door or fridge door to send you a signal. And I'm just saying smiley face or sticker because sometimes I have clients use that because they don't want really the rest of the family knowing that they're working on these things, right? Or their roommate or whatever. But that signal, that sticky note, that smiley face, that sticker, it's there to help you pause and to remind you to just stop and ask yourself, what is the thought that I'm having right now? If your brain is thinking anything like this was such a hard day, or I'm so tired from everything I did today, or I did so much today, and along with those thoughts, you feel feelings like empty or despair or even accomplishment, because some of us will emotionally go to food to celebrate. So it's not always negative feelings, although often, but sometimes it can be those positive feelings. But most often it's the feeling of emptiness or lack, or I'm tired. And for some of us, it's much easier to go to our feelings first. So you see the reminder, the sticky note with a smiley face on your fridge that you're standing in front of, but you're not hungry. And you can pause for a sec and check in with your feelings. So if you can't figure out what your brain is thinking, go to your feelings. If you're feeling despair, if you're feeling lack, if you're feeling empty, if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling indignant or resentful, and then if you can get really good at this, you will also notice that with these feelings, you're going to have certain sensations in your body that go along with them. Often there'll be things like overall tension in the body, a tightness in the throat, possibly an unsettled stomach, often heat or cold in the hands or feet. And there's many others. Everyone experiences them differently. Those are just some common ones. At any rate, knowing if that sneaky thought of, but I deserve it, is there, is all about paying attention to these moments. And it's not about evening time. That's just where it's happening. It does happen most common for most people, but other common places are things like in the break room at work. This day has been crazy. I deserve one of those donuts or maybe two, or I can't believe how insane this day has been. I deserve to relax and treat myself with insert food of choice. So some other ways I deserve it overeating might be happening for you. I often see clients who are exercising, either over exercising or those who have just started exercising. And if they're doing too much exercising for where they are themselves personally at, there is often the thought of, I deserve it because I worked out today, or I deserve it because I worked out extra hard or extra long today, or, I did an extra long run, or, I was in the gym way longer than usual today, and this was me for forever. I have always been an exerciser to a fault. And so when I would work out really hard or have an extra long workout, my lower brain would constantly tell me, you deserve it. You can have all the things. You worked out so hard today. You totally deserve to eat it all. The problem with this is that even if you are working out harder or longer than usual, or you just added exercise into your life, what we consume when we tell ourselves we deserve it is always going to be more in energy than what we expended in energy in the gym or on that extra long run or walk or whatever. So weight gain happens. And then if you're someone in this camp, a very difficult pattern will often emerge over time where you overeat due to the thought, I deserve it because I worked out. And then the next morning you might think, I really overate yesterday, so I need to work out more and longer. So you do. And then by later in the day, you are again thinking, well, today was a crazy hard, long workout, harder than I've ever worked out. So I really do deserve to eat whatever I want. And so this sort of tricky cycle gets started. You're over exercising and still gaining weight, or you're over exercising and still have this inability to lose weight, all because of that tricky little thought, I deserve it. Okay, so those are some examples of how you can begin to know if that sneaky thought, but I deserve it from the lower brain, is creating feelings of lack and despair and emptiness, leading to behaviors of overeating when you're not hungry, stalling your weight loss goals, or creating excess weight on your body that you don't want. So what to do if this is a habit thought pattern you realize that you're having? First off, it's all about recognizing that just being aware that your lower brain is offering you this thought is often the biggest first step, because now that your attention is on it, you will start to notice when it pops up, and you're going to notice it more and more often than you would have before. And this is a really good thing because now it's no longer sneaky or happening behind your back. You can see it, you notice it, and you can observe it. Lower brain, I notice you're throwing up that habit thought of I deserve to overeat. And then you can start to practice a more helpful thought in the moment. Maybe something like, and although today was difficult and I do deserve to take care of me right now, I don't want to use food to do that because that actually goes against my goals and what I truly deserve, to live in a healthy body that I love living in. And by practicing a more helpful thought like that, we lessen the intensity of the emptiness, the despair and the tension, those sensations in our bodies, which then lessen the drive to open the fridge and overeat. We might still feel some of that, but the intensity will lessen to where we are able to make different decisions in the moment, where we can access our prefrontal cortex more easily and make a different decision. We're not just on autopilot, grabbing the bag of chips and mindlessly eating the whole bag. So there are also strategies to employ when you're not in that exact moment. You want to put some work into learning what you do deserve and writing. Yes, writing about these things. So when I've had a super hard day or when I've done something difficult and I'm feeling empty and drained and tired and maybe some despair, what do I actually deserve in those moments? And this is where you want a list of some things that you can give yourself to take care of you in those moments. And yes, this can be things like the typical, 15-minute bath to yourself, or 10 minutes to get lost in a good book, or even just allowing yourself to be okay with an hour on the couch to relax and not cleaning up the house. But don't forget, one of the most important and easiest things to give yourself in these moments are your own words, how you talk to yourself. Your own words can fill you, lessen the emptiness, create a feeling of fullness and meaning and purpose, all feelings which take away desire for food or any outside substance in the moment. In the moments you realize that you are feeling drained, empty, tired, when you choose to tell yourself, I did awesome today. These are the things that I handled, that I endured, that I got through. I was strong today. I made it through. I did it, and that shows me how capable I am. Thoughts like this, intentionally practiced over and over, particularly in the moments you notice you are feeling lack or emptiness, the thought of I deserve it, go to those thoughts. Go to the kind, compassionate thoughts. What you truly deserve is to recognize your own strength, to be compassionate and kind and complimentary to yourself for what you have done, for getting through that day, to validate yourself. That was a hard day. Your relationship with yourself, your words and language with yourself, how you talk to yourself during those moments. If it's with care and kindness and compassion, just how you would talk to, like how you would talk to your bestie who had a really long day and was saying, I deserve to eat this whole cake after a day like this today. How would you talk to her to remind her of her health goals and that what she really deserves is so much more than cake could ever give her? How would you encourage her, love on her, validate her in this moment? What compassionate words and language would you use with her? However you answer that question is exactly what you need to be practicing saying to yourself. And for some of us, writing it to ourselves, because sometimes for some of us, it's really hard for us to do this. Your closest relationship you will ever have is with you. Creating that healthy relationship with yourself is what is going to create your healthy body. I hope you can take something of value away from this episode and incorporate it into your own life. Would you please continue to pass along the podcast to others? That is helping to grow this podcast, which is why I can continue to put an episode out each week. Also, to those of you supporting the podcast through the support link at the end of every episode description, I really, really, really appreciate you. Even that 99 cents a month does so much to help me keep this message going forward and reaching more and more people. I am on a mission to change the way people are living with food and their bodies in a way that is sustainable for life through ways that actually keep people where they want to be for their entire life while really enjoying the process along the way. Thanks for listening. I appreciate all of you. Did you know you can find a lot more help from me on my website? Go to heatherheynen.com. Heynen is spelled Heynen, and get in touch with questions on all things I offer, like online courses for overeating, weight loss, goal attainment, and also my coaching and counseling services.